what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
I hope you're having a good Christmas so far, and if you are watching this at another time of the year, I hope December 2019 went well, because that's when this was made. This is a list of top cars and adventures I've had to drive in 2019, with a look at my favourite cars over the year. If you've any questions or comments, or maybe you disagree with the list, then leave a message below and I'll try and get back to you. Right, let's kick this off way back in January with a car that really kick-started my electric car curiosity, the Hyundai Kona EV. The Kona brought with it a long-range battery that allowed for around 400 kilometers range depending on how you use it. It's this range that makes the car stand out from the other EVs on the market at the time. I found it easy to use but lacking the space of a proper family hatchback. It's also, like other EVs, far too expensive when compared to the petrol-powered versions. However, it's still a proper step in the right direction for the EV market. Also in January, I got to run with a lot of very fit women for an event organised by ASICS. I'll be doing more running in 2020, and I hope to complete a full marathon by the end of the year. In February, I got a spin in the Pro Seed, which I didn't think would be all that different from the standard car, but the standard 1.4 petrol unit would do me for a family car and still remain under 30 grand in Ireland, so it's the one to choose. The boot space makes all the difference in this car. It really is a big and useful boot. The BMW 3 Series seemed to be a subtle graduation for the brand, but the more I drove the car, the better it feels. It almost makes the 5 Series irrelevant, with its size and better handling. A wonderful car. It is a straight rear-wheel drive and the one I'd have on any company car list. Also worth a big mention here is the Audi R8, a car that performs like no other. A supercar in every respect, with a barking exhaust match. A brilliant car, and as a bonus, I actually got to chat to Tom Hardy about the new Mad Max movie. The Seat Cupra Ateca, which is actually just called Cupra Ateca, is a 300 horsepower hot hatchback that looks like an SUV. It's all the madness I wanted from the new Cupra brand, but it's worth far more attention than it gets now. Shame there'll only be one dealer in Ireland for the Cupra brand. Taxes in Ireland means that we aren't allowed to own a car like this without breaking the bank. The Range Rover Evoque received a great update in April, and I went to Greece for a spin in the baby Range Rover. It turned out to be a hugely adventure-filled trip with a brilliant car. It's pricey in Ireland, but performs very well against the competition. It's much better off-road car than it looks and would be at home in the worst terrain, but of course it'll end up on the school run.
I feel there is no other way. It's what I can do, what I can do. Then I want to be with you. But you know there's music too.
That is amazing out there.
Yes, I did drive across that bridge.
Stop this, get right. Stop this, get right.
The best family hatchback on the market at the moment is the Skoda Scala in 1 litre mid-spec. Well, it'll be all the car you need to keep motoring for the next few years. The Scala is best in segment, and there's really nothing else to get the value for money with this amount of space. It's a brilliant car and has a good bit of personality. Here's some cats that I met in Croatia as well. This is sort of a bonus thing, you know. I know how you like cats. The The Ford Mustang Bullet is a 5-litre V8 that I could live with. There's a boot and a back seat, and yet the pantomime of starting and driving the car is fantastic. There's nothing else like this on the Irish market, and even Ford decided that the next Mustang should be an electric one. So get this future classic and do it soon. The Jaguar I-Pace really moved the game of electric cars on again. Yeah, it's pricey and had a lot of software bugs when it landed, but they're still hard to get a decent battery supply. But it's the best driving car for the electric car buyer. And that's, of course, if you can get one.
Stop, fearful notions. Tito's, I'm not immune to cry. Stop, feeding monsters.
Heading to Morocco for the launch of the Ford Ranger Raptor was one of the highlights of the year. I abused that car across the Western Sahara, and the car just wanted more. The chassis and the drivetrain are well suited to the desert sand and the roads around Liège. The Ranger Raptor remains one of my favourite cars to drive in 2019. Here's just a few scenes from Morocco, which turned out to be such a cool place to visit. The people were incredibly friendly. We had such a good time. We got bogged down, we got stuck, it was just crazy stuff. And as I even say on screen here, this is off-roading for head cases. It was a crazy time, but I really enjoyed it, and I'd love to go back to Morocco. This is like off-roading for head cases. See? Ford put on quite a display. I felt like Lawrence of Arabia with some camels, or Indiana Jones maybe. This is my friend. Hello. Soon we left the beach and went onto the rural roads, which looked like back roads to us but were actually the main roads of the town. It didn't take long before we found a souk, a small market in a very small town. The Seat Tarraco is the best value 7-seat SUV in the market. I'm aware that there's a number of these within the VW group, but Seat managed to pull together the best package while keeping all the best bits from the chassis, engines and gearboxes. A proper load lugger and family friendly unit that you can grow up with, but it still pulls its weight off-road. Toyota launched the Camry and no one expected it to be this good. There is a bit of a letdown in the entertainment as it didn't come with CarPlay or Android Auto, but the rest of the car is so good. There's something nice about having the Camry back, and it works very well within the Toyota range. The Renault Zoe is a strange little car that's completely electric and works well as a family bus. It's reasonably priced, but it's been replaced by a car I haven't driven, so I've no idea what the new one is like. The Zoe starts at a very affordable 27 grand, but bear in mind that the Nissan Leaf is bigger and basically the same for another 3 grand. Still, the Zoe is a good car. If you actually want the best electric car in the market today, then you should be looking at the Irish Car of the Year winner, the Kia e-Soul. It's not as affordable as some of the competition, but then there's a 7-year warranty and plenty of standard equipment along with the best infotainment system on the market. The e-Soul shines a proper light on the future of EVs, and it's definitely worth your attention. Toyota put in a second appearance with the Corolla. This car puts the hybrid backs in a mix, as it got under 5 litres per 100 kilometres from this one and the same from the Estate. Choose an Estate model, all engines are the same, get a 2-tone colour scheme and you'll be happy motoring for years. Skoda brought the new Kamiq, and they properly hit the nail on the head with the interior design. It's clever, with plenty of room for the family. The only problem seems to come from the exterior front, which seems to polarise opinion. The rest of the car is handsome, cleverly laid out. Buy it in a 1 litre petrol and you will be happy forever. Quick mention of the BMW X1, but it's mostly its diesel engine, which is brilliant. A great mix of fuel economy and power. It's an engine that'll be happy at high speed on the motorway or trundling through the traffic. Some people will turn their nose up at this engine and car because of diesel, but these are the cleanest engines on the market, and, particularly for the business user, there's still a good case of fuel economy and taxes for diesel. The Nissan Juke got a complete overhaul and a new engine. The car is really funky and bang up to date entering to the market. While I really liked the car and the sporty feel behind the wheel, the engine was a letdown. It felt underpowered and tuned for fuel economy. Still, the Juke is something different on the road and offers a bit more choice in that segment. Peugeot launched 3 cars, a petrol, a diesel and an electric. All of them are great. I've yet to test any of them in Ireland, but you can't deny that they look brilliant, especially in strange colours. So that's it, the basic roundup of all the cars I liked through 2019. There's so many that didn't make the list, and I'd like to know what you think. So leave me a comment down below with your favourite car. Now, I leave the last word to, well, me. It's also what's called Stephen's Day in Ireland, or Boxing Day if you're in the UK. I don't know what you call it in other places. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you call it in other places. But I just want to finish this off by thanking everybody for the support in 2019. It's been a big year on the channel. Been a good few changes, been a good few things happening as well. 2020 looks like it's going to shape up to be an even bigger year on the channel. But I want to thank everybody who's been there since the beginning. There's loads of people who come every Sunday for the Sunday service. There's loads of people who watch every video and comment on every one of them. You all know who you are. I sent you messages throughout the year. I do try and answer every comment. Hopefully you liked this roundup that I did. Another one coming for next year. Future plans. But from a very damp and dark forest here in Slieve Bloom, thank you all for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing and whatever else you do with these videos. So, until the next decade, which is 2020, Stay safe, stay together, mind your house crossing the road, usual sort of things. Until the next time, I will see you on the far side of the decade.